Thank you for joining us again. This is After School Club with Design Juniors for ages 6 through 10. If you watched us on Zoom from the previous weeks, welcome back. If this is your first time, I highly encourage you to look at our website. So go to dospace.org/afterschool, and here you'll see all of the different schedules for the different days. So here's the younger age group with junior designers. Today we're continuing the second part of our top-down RPG. We're gonna have a start screen, end screen, different levels to have a more complete game. And if you missed from previous weeks, this is part 2, so you kind of want to watch the previous videos to get a handle of what's going on here. From the last week, we have junior designers. It's not uploaded yet. Soon it will be uploaded, but when it is, you can click on it and it takes you to our YouTube page with a recording. Whoops, back when it was back on Zoom. But from now on, we're starting Twitch, and it's kind of sad. I wish I could start a new series, but because of Labor Day, mine got pushed over a little bit. So through here, through this, it'll be, second part, but next week it'll be starting designing with 3D objects in Tinkercad, teaching you guys how to design your own 3D objects. You can eventually 3D print and make your own inventions. Otherwise, we're going to continue on from where we left off last week. We made a top-down RPG game. I'm on Flow Lab. If you've never heard it before, I highly encourage you to watch the first video and tutorial on how we got started with this. But I'm going to continue on from the top-down RPG. I'm going to click play. I'm going to do edit. As soon as it loads, edit. There we go. And we have this little weird issue. We got our grass in here. I'm just going to edit. And can I do 0? No. Edit. Oops. I'm going to go to, right now our players are in here. I'm just going to add this player to level. Oops. Did I do 2? Nope. Edit plus. There we go. There's our dog. So what I did here is I created grass tiles. What I should have done is just go to create. Not create. What I should have done is go through one of these, and apparently on the advanced versions it lets you create a custom background image for you to cancel, edit, for you to create your backgrounds and make them interesting. I did it by tiles instead because I'm not working with the free version. I am working the free version, not the paid version. So I'm just gonna fix my grass in here. Okay, it's not physics. Okay, good. Now I just need to add my enemy in here. Edit. I'm bringing display order up so it appears on top. And then, my bat. I'm gonna add my bat. I'm gonna add that. Oh, I could have just done it through there. And then I'm gonna add this. Okay, I'm gonna test it. There we go. There's my bat following my player around. There's my one that's just wandering around. So how we designed it, we learned last week, is how to create top-down movement. So I'm moving around freely. I have a easy enemy that just kind of moves around on its own. And then I have a difficult enemy that kind of follows me over time. And how I check collisions is every time it touches, it makes a loud beep. It's going to make a loud beep. There we go. And I'm doing it that way to mimic health. If you watched the previous weeks, I taught how to create health and how to manage that. So you can always go look at that to add health for this. I will not be adding health because I don't think there's going to be enough time for that. So first off, I'm going to adjust the sound so it's super loud for you guys. There we go. Okay, and then go to my next object. I'm just changing the sound here. The volume so it's not too loud. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna first get started is create different levels so we don't spend too much time trying to get like going back to levels, try to get it work before we end today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started. So if you go down to game levels at the bottom right here, I'm gonna click on that, and then you click new level. There we go. I'm gonna name this one start, and then create another level, and I'm gonna name it level 2. Now I'm gonna change my level 2 to like a blue background, so I know it's switched to level 2. Start, I'll keep it white, but if you want to change the order, so when you start your game, it goes in the order of all the way on the right. It says 1, 2, 3 right there. So I'm gonna click the minus to switch the order to start, to bring up that first, then level 1, then level 2. If you want to load it, you just click on load on the left, like the middle right here. So they're gonna load right here. This is level 2. I'm just gonna add this to level. So it keeps their blocks from the previous things you've made, so you don't have to recreate all your characters every single time. That is something I don't want. So I'm just adding my border wall in here. There we go. So my characters don't go off the screen, and then I'm gonna add my player, done cloning, and then I'm gonna add like 3 different bats that have a void, or 4 different bats, done cloning. Now I'm gonna go to my first level here. So start, load. I could do an end screen, but that's like another interesting to get the thing next loading. So I'm gonna go to my start right here and load. And through here, I'm gonna create a new object. Create, just name this like start button. And then edit sprite, eraser. I'm gonna erase all of this here. And then I'm gonna make my space a little bit bigger by clicking this little button right here to make my space bigger. So I can make it like a really big button. Oh. Click paint bucket, start, and then I'm gonna write the word start on it. I could just find something prettier. Get it going. There we go. Start. And click OK. We're good there. Now I'm gonna go to behaviors. So there's behaviors right here. And then I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna have it where you can design it any way you want. So think about designing how you want your players. I said this previous weeks before, how they want to engage the game. I could just press a button to start, you know, like space or G key or O, and I have to press this button to start, or I can have where people can click on this button, and that's going to do. So mouse click. There we go. And there's a new category I want to look at. It's called game flow. It's at the bottom over here. And then I click next level. So when I click on my button, it goes to my level 1. And OK. And I can always adjust the settings. So I click on mouse click right here. I can have it captures anywhere, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to only have it where it only captures when I click this button. Click OK. I'm going to move this to the center right here. And test. I click on that, loads next level. So it worked. Okay, now how I wanted to get from this level to the next. I can do it in different ways. I could have it when one of these objects are destroyed. I'm gonna go with the bat. I'm gonna edit behavior. And I'm gonna do, so I guess I will have to create health. Yeah, it looks like I will have to create health. So I'm gonna do an if statement in here. So I get an if statement. It's called, it's under logic, and it's called a filter. Filter is basically an if statement. What an if statement is that if this happens, then do that. So I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab a number. I'm gonna call it health. Oops, if I can spell it right. I'm gonna name it 2. Now I'm gonna make it have 3 hit points for the health of the enemy. And if my health is less than 0, actually, yeah, less than 1, then it will go to a new room. I'm gonna go to... Of course I have to change this. Oh no, I want to do this differently. So I would do this personally if I was designing this game. I would do like a counter, and it counts how many enemies have died, and then move to the next room. But I'm making this simpler through an enemy instead. So I'm gonna add a behavior to the simple one, because the simple one only exists in this level. That to the bat, the next level also has bats, so all those bats are gonna like reset the game over and over and over again. As they get hit. So I don't want that. So I'm gonna do it for here. Filter. Health. That'll be a number. Health. I'm gonna make it 2. And if the value is less than 1, actually, yeah, less than 1, then game flow, go to next room. So pass, go to the room. Fail, do nothing. So right now we got health in there, but I want to have it whenever this attacks something else. It does, I'm going to do a collision. We got a collision right here. I'm going to change the collision to a different object. I'm going to do start button temporarily because it's not in here. So whenever it gets hit, I'm going to have it subtract 1 to the health. So I'm going to grab a number. I'm going to change this to -1. And every time it gets hit, and do in, it adds to this. So actually I'm going to just change this to player for now. And now test it. Now I'm running over here, and whoop, look over here, it's 1, and then hit it again. 0. Oh, I need to change it to, yeah. The value is less than, that's not good. Oh, hold on. Let me stop that. I know. Let me fix that. It's because I had its value and an input. There we go. So 1, now it's 0, switches to the next level. And there we go. So I'm going to go back to level 1. So we got that going in there. And now, yeah, we got our game flow here. We were able to start from the start. So I press play, oops, edit game, load from level 1, press start here, click start, and I hit this like 2 times, takes me to this level. We got our flowing game now. So yeah, congrats, you can make a full game now. The last thing we gotta do here is have this, like, whenever our dog bites, it deals damage. So, I am going to go back to level 1 here. I'm gonna edit my bat real quick. Yeah, I'll just stick to that for now. Maybe the problem you notice in the second level, the bats are going everywhere. You'll have to redo the extractors where it just goes to player, but does any player instead of player 1 specifically. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my dog right here. Actually, first I want to create like a fireball that shoots. So I'm gonna do create. I'm gonna name it fire. I'm gonna edit sprite, browse, and just looking for a random object here. I guess I'll just start. That's kind of like a fire. I mean, I could draw a fire, but yeah. I'm gonna do behavior, and I'm gonna do collision. So when this collides with an enemy, I'll stick with the easy enemy for now. I could, again, it depends how you want to design it. It could be difficult enemies, easy enemies. Could be. I'm trying to think of the different things. Could be, everything. It just depends how you want to design it. I'm just gonna temporarily do easy enemies right now. Click OK. So when it hits, then. Oh, actually delete. That's not what I want. I'm just gonna have this be here, but I'm just gonna go once. I'm gonna make it I'll come back. I'll come back to this. I'll be there soon. Now I'm gonna go back to enemy here, behaviors, and change it when this hits the fire. It goes to the next level. So now what I want to get is to get this to emit from here when I click a button. So I'm gonna edit my player, and I'm gonna have it where I left click. It attacks. So I'm gonna have my attack button be my left click. It could be anything else, depends how you want to have it feel. I'm making this like a hack and slash game. So I'm a dog that's like going around playing with animals. And when it tackles an animal or something, it counts as a hit. I could, make a different, a bunch of different weapons to count as a hit. Or not. Just depends. So I got that for left click. In this one, I'm going to have it where left click anywhere, so I don't have to specifically click on the dog to get this to go. And now I'm looking for a thing called emitter. Components. Is it under properties? No. Where are you, emitter? No, it's at the top of components. There it is. Emit. So whenever I left click, I emit. And when I emit is gonna be the fire. I'm gonna have it last for only like 2 milliseconds, a minute of a tiny force of 1. And now I'm gonna test it. So now I click. Makes a little star appear. But if you notice when I face different angles, like I'm going up, it's not on the up angle. So I'm gonna stop that for now. I'm gonna click OK. First, what's going on is that I'm moving forward and I'm like attacking or like tackling. This slows down because of the fire in front of it. So I'm gonna edit physics, make it not solid. But I need to enable collisions. So I cancel collisions here. And now if I play, I can move fast, like about the same speed I wanted. So now I'm gonna go back to my dog right here, and I'm gonna go back to behaviors, and I need to address the issue where I want that to always be facing in front of my dog. It's kind of angles. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna rotate my dog as it turns. I could just do different informations and have it like information this way or facing that way, then a mid attack this way and that way. But instead, I'm just gonna rotate my dog based on what button I press. So I'm gonna do rotation. Go. I'm gonna click that 3 more times. There we go. So I got a set of 4 right here. And then I need to go to my number. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my numbers. And if you're always wondering how to like rework things, you can always click on rotation. Click what's this. Always can click on what's this on our objects to get documentation. And this is a rotation block that updates the current rotation in degrees, rotating object forward in direction, rotating sprites. Now in this flow lab, the rotation 0 is the right, so tip rotation 0 points faces the right, 90 down, 180 is left, 270 up. So I need to change the angles here. So I'm gonna start with 0, and since 0 is right, my right key, D, I'm gonna go set it to set, input right there. So there's that direction. This I'm gonna do 90. 90. Oops. Out. Set. Input. This was down, so that's actually the S. I'm bring that all the way down here. And then next is 180, which is left. Here we go. That sets it. Left is A. Trying to keep this clean. It's kind of hard to with everything around it. And then last is up, which is 270. Up is W. Move this out of the way now. Play. Now when I face different directions, my little star is appearing. And now I'm on my next level. Where'd it go? So next thing I'm gonna do is make that star invisible. I could keep it there so I know it's, they're attacking. So I had that animation there, pretend I do, of it like the dog barking. I don't want that star showing. So I'm gonna go back to my level 1. There we go. Click on the star, edit, behavior, and I'm gonna make it disappear. So under properties, there's alpha, which stands for how transparent it is from light to dark. As soon as it starts, it disappears. So now I click play. Now I'm clicking a bunch, but nothing's happening. But I got the next level here. I want to kind of check on when that star is hitting another object. So I'm going to go to triggers, collisions. There we go. And then I got some like sound effects going off from the different screen over here. I'm going to do collision, and I'm going to do a different sound, which would be under components, sound. I'm going to choose a sound. I'm going to do effect. I'll do that weird sound there. Play when this hits the easy enemy. Oh, I'm not in the right level. Okay, so now I'm going to start from the beginning. So now at the beginning, here's my start button. Now I'm going to play. My game's kind of officially done. I mean, I'll add health and stuff, but let me test this real quick and talk about where you can go from here. I just hit the enemy a bunch of times and took me to this level here. And that's what I want. I'll do it again. So I'm starting from the start. And the click on the outside doesn't work, but the click on the start right here. There we go. So I attack that. And yeah, it took me to, I attacked the easy enemy several times. It took me to this level here. And it's got some enemies moving around for me. Yeah. So this technically isn't a finished game, but if you want to make a finished game, of course you have to add a lot of polish to it. What I would do from this one here is definitely fix up the art and a bunch of different things, but here I would have it where my enemies have 8 hit points, and I'm going to add like a score on the upper right, and the score adds up based on when these things die, maybe 2 points for the bat, 1 point for this like yellow enemy here. And then when that reaches the 2 or 3, it takes me to the next level. And I would have these do damage to my player here. That'll be through the same thing as we did the hit points through here, and I would display my hit points up here. And yeah, you'll just have to go through any of these and attack them. Have animations on my dog, so when it's attacking, it has a like attack animation, takes me to the next level and so on. And maybe I'll have a boss for my 3rd level that's like super fast or something, and it's like challenging to attack. So I would do that in there. And then I would have an end screen where it's like the boss is gone or something, or maybe the dog found its way home. Maybe it's a game about a dog trying to find its way home. When it finds its way home, then you win and you get the end screen with some credits, and then it'll be a whole complete game that way. It all depends how you want to design it. You can like make a game out of anything, and you'll have to experiment through all the different settings I taught you from the previous weeks or not to make your game how you want. Anyways, good luck on creating your games. If you join us next week, you'll learn how to design objects in Tinkercad, make some inventions with 3D art, maybe 3D print them such. But yeah, we'll be learning how to 3D design different objects that we can invent and maybe bring to life. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining me. Definitely keep checking us out from the upcoming days. Tomorrow's coding, Wednesdays make it, Thursdays is gaming days that we're going to play with the community. Otherwise, yeah, thank you very much for joining and have a good afternoon.